Welcome everyone to this giant video about all 8 episodes of Welcome to Derry. This video took a really long time to make because it spanned 8 episodes and I was making it as the episodes came out to give you this ultimate big video. Me and my editor worked very hard on it, so please leave a like and comment and also watch it from front to back so YouTube will run it up in the algorithm because my God, I worked really hard on this. Anyways, enjoy the video. I love you guys. Yo, I wonder if Shan's ever gonna cover Welcome to Derry, Shan. Man, Shan lame. He ain't even putting out the Welcome to Derry video. Why is that? I just don't understand, cuz. Why ain't he put the Welcome to Derry video out, cuz? Because I was waiting to cover every single episode. This is Welcome to Derry. Dun 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 dun. Damn, we about 10 seconds in and Shorty sucking on his girlfriend neck in the movie theater? Oh, we getting freaky on Welcome to Derry. Hey, the kid, get over here right now. Oh shit. I gotta get out of Dodge. Like I'm jumping out of truck, cuz. Kid, that was trash. Get back here. Hey, you seen a little tiny kid with rosy red cheeks running around here? A tiny kid with rosy red cheeks? You talking about Michael Jackson when he was pale, cuz? Dad, what are you talking about? It's the 60s. This little boy that just ran off, his name is Maddie. He's gonna be the very first victim in this show. Yep, I said victim, so strap in. You know he's about to get smoked. Now, first off, I ain't gonna lie. Bro looks like he's maybe 11, 12 years old, possibly 13 at most. Why is he hitchhiking right now? We're walking away sad like the old Hawk. I would tell the editor to play the old Hawk music, but I don't know if it's public domain yet. So just in case it isn't after my editor looks it up. Yo, this red pickup truck did not have to drive all fast past them like this. But don't worry, somebody gonna stop. Hey, you know it's about to be some bull. Yo, hold up. This family don't even look like somebody you can trust. Hey son, are you in trouble? Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of town. But where are you headed to? Anywhere but Derry. I'm lactose intolerant. Now, bro was sitting in his car, and obviously you can tell something is up. His family is weird. Radio's all loud. The son has some weird spelling fetish. Can you spell shut the fuck up? S-T-F-U. That's an acronym, dumbass. Now, the mom and wife of this family is very much pregnant. She's up front having what we call stomach contractions. You probably can see where this is going. Now, I knew that something was very wrong when Shorty pulled a container out that said liver on it and then got to feel around in it while it was all slimy. What the fuck what is that? Shorty has a weird diet consisting of slimy protein. That's what my ex used to call me. All right, my fault. Now, obviously, this kid is freaking out, especially when he sees that they were supposed to be headed to Portland, but they drive by a sign that says Derry. How you gonna tell me you taking me away from Derry, but you taking me right back to Derry? I told you I couldn't have no milk. Oh my God, let me out. O-U-T out. O-U-T out. O-U-T out. O-U-T out. Whoa. Editor, please freeze frame on this little kid's face. That is Pennywise right there. Oh, nah. That would have been enough for me. Now, once the kid is trying to leave and he accidentally punches this woman's stomach, the baby comes out of her and it's some sort of demon spawn. This is very important for the end of the first episode, but we're not there yet. Hold on to it. Foreshadowing. Now, we don't know what happens to this car. All we know is that his binky that he's been sucking on this entire time. I know you guys were waiting on me to mention that. Why is this grown ass kid sucking on a binky? But you know what? I digress. Maybe he just has some sort of weird sucking thing because he's infantile. I don't know. Bro out here moving like Maggie from The Simpsons. Anyways, all I know is his binky flew out of the car. And then we see the deadlights and the intro to this show. We're 10 minutes in and we're just now getting the intro scene. You know that there's trouble afoot. Now, this kid right here looking at this jet come in is important, but not really. I say he's important because, I mean, he's very relevant to the very first episode. His name is Phil, and he likes aerospace, aliens, NASA, you know, all that kind of stuff. He's kind of a nerd, but there's nothing wrong with that. Now, this big hunk that's getting off of this jet is Leroy Hanlon. He's very important to this story for multiple reasons. Just wait on it. But he's a major in the Air Force, and he was working in Korea. Very powerful man, fearless. Now, something that you guys need to pay attention to is in this next scene is turtles are important. You all know the history of Pennywise, you know about the magical turtle in the sky. That is the opposing force to Pennywise and his evil. Pennywise is basically a big boogie that came out of the turtle's nose. spit it up, flew into Earth like a meteor, been here ever since. But look, the turtle says duck and cover. There's a mascot turtle. There's a little turtle. The turtle on little Lily's bracelet. It's all important, so just remember that. Anyways, they're in school, and this person that's with Phil, you're probably wondering who he is. Well, he is our story's Jewish person. You know, every It story has a Jewish person. I don't know why, but that just seems to be a ongoing theme. And this right here is Teddy. They've been going through it because their friend Maddie went missing. And his story basically went from a missing person to a homicide. Teddy doesn't want to come to terms with it, but Phil is basically trying to explain to him in this scene that, bro, Maddie's dead. And I know you're sad about it, but you got to get over it. Speaking of Maddie, Lily's at home. And for those of you that don't know about Lily, they call her Loony Lily because she goes to Juniper Hills because she's mentally ill. And we're about to find out why. As she hears Maddie speaking to her through the sewers. Kids speaking to people through sewers. What an original scenario. Once she hears Maddie's voice in the sewer, we get a flashback where her and Maddie went to their secret spot. See, Maddie, Phil, and Ted, they have this secret spot that ended up getting abandoned. They go here because it has a great view of the city. They also get to see cool things like fireworks and jets and the one guy that steals purses on 63rd. Now, Maddie brings her here because obviously he has a crush on her, but he asks her the question about what happened with her dad. Apparently he worked at a jarring facility, you know, pickles, peanut butter. Jeff! All right, my fault. If you know, you know. But Lily had a little mood ring that she ended up leaving in her dad's job, and he went back to go get it. One of his coworkers needed help, and he thought that the gears on the machine was off, but they weren't. And then he ended up getting chopped up into little pieces and put in jars. My God, what a shitty way to die. Now Lily is freaking out because obviously she heard Maddie speaking through a tub. But then he yelled at her and she seen a bloody finger coming from the pipes. Please come home, Maddie, please. He won't let me, cuz. So she goes to talk to her friend Marge at school about it. But Marge is not receptive because the only thing Marge cares about is being accepted by the Patty Squad. The Patty Cakes, ran by Patty. Yeah, you know she's an asshole. So she ends up going to Ted and Phil to talk to them about it because they're friends with her. Ted kind of wants to believe her, but Phil's not being super receptive about it, which doesn't make any sense because he believes in aliens, but he can't believe in spirits or the supernatural. Makes no sense, but you know, whatever, I digress. Anyway, back at the base, Hanley goes to talk to the general, and he's asking him a bunch of questions about Korea and this injury that he had. Man, I heard you drove right into the enemy territory, man. Heard you was fearless, a confident pilot, one of resolve. Man, I don't want to talk about Korea, man, or my injury. Hey, listen, man, we got a B-57, man. Big ass plane. I mean, once you drive that joint straight into the territory of the enemy, finish what you started. Man, you know, my dad, man, he was glad when I wanted to be a dope boy, you know what I'm saying? He misinterpreted though. You know what I'm saying? When I told him I wanted to be a dope boy, I mean, I wanted to be on the block with that fatty. This dumbass dude enlisted me into the military. Fucking Air Force. I wanted to sell fentanyl. What, cuz? Now in this next scene, Teddy gets to talk to his dad, and of course, you know, he talks to him about his bar mitzvah coming up and blah, 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 Drake, Jerry Seinfeld, blah, 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 whatever. Anyways, he asked him a question. Is it possible for a kid to be tied up underground and to be tortured for years on end? And by years, I mean like maybe the last few months. And he gets to telling him about stuff that happened to their ancestors, that their children, that when they were growing up, children were getting turned into lampshades. Why would you tell your son this? I mean, I understand tough love and all that, but bro, trying to put the fear of God in him. Talking about how kids were getting turned into lampshades. Now, because his parents mentioned that children were getting turned into lampshades, it's only natural that Pennywise put children on lampshades. Oh my God, I hate him. So here Ted is sleeping at night, you know, regular old night, reading his comic books, having a swell old time, you know, white kid stuff. And then boom, he's got kids on a lampshade. Bro, what the fuck is that? Oh my God. Hey, get back here, kid. Where you going? Oh my God, bro. I just said I had a bright idea. I didn't think that it was going to turn into a literal light bulb with skin for a face. Oh my God, what the fuck? Bro, how are they going to believe this at school? You think you're going to school? You're not even making it through the night. Damn. You gotta calm down, I'm gonna get laryngitis. And right before he was about to get eaten alive by a moving lamp, his brother walks in. Man, will you shut up? Can't even believe I'm related to you, cuz. Stupid ass, bro. The bar mitzvah ain't gonna make you a man, you a hoe. Now after this happened, obviously Phil chooses to believe him, which is crazy because when Lily went to him, they didn't want to listen. That's what we like to call children, misogyny. It's just because he's known Ted his whole life and they're best friends. So now he knows that he's not lying, but really it's misogyny. So they decide to work together to find out what happened to Maddie and the other kids that were missing. So they go research his case and they find out that it was a homicide. But there was a little girl in the theater involved. So they go to her house. That little black girl in the beginning, my favorite character so far. Her name's Ronnie Grogan, played by Amanda Christine. Now obviously she doesn't want to help him because the police were trying to pin Maddie's death and the disappearance of them other kids on her dad. Because, you know, he's black. I didn't know if you guys knew or not, but I think this is like the 60s, so they don't like black people. But she decides to help him anyway when they mention to her that they heard some voices in the pipes. Oh my God, I heard some voices too. It was Codeine Crazy by Future. Are you sure that wasn't just your downstairs neighbor bumping Future? Now that you mention it, it was like 3 a.m. and I heard, mask off. Fuck it, mask off. What? Now Leroy's in his room and things are very odd. And by odd, I mean there's a breeze and his window's open. He didn't open that window. That's weird. So these guys bust in his room and they got these like gas masks on. What the fuck is that? What is that? Y'all think y'all Scuba Steve? So they get to beating him up like they from Fallout 3 and they pull a German weapon on him. And they tell him straight up, if he doesn't give the classified information about the B-52 to him, that he's gonna get killed. But they didn't account for one thing, his brother in arms to show up. I mean, this kid has been nothing but annoying this entire time. This is the first time he's done anything real, I'm gonna be honest. And by real, I mean he put him in a rear naked choke, bro. He need to get a job at the UFC, I'm just saying. Anyways, after they end up fighting the guys off and they run off, the kids decide to go to the movie theater. And this is where one of the craziest moments in this episode happens. And by craziest, I mean something happened I did not think was going to happen. So they get in this movie theater, bro, and I know y'all are probably like, Sim, what does that even mean? Something happened I thought would never happen. I mean, obviously that's fiction, right? Things happen all the time you never think would happen. But kids get murdered. Or you remember that baby from the beginning? I told you to hold on to that and that it would be very important. And then I was like, foreshadowing, you know, the thing that I always do, right? Yeah, right. So this motherfucking baby's back, but he's giant. What the fuck is that? What is going on right now? And he gets to murdering everybody. Ted, dead. Phil, dead. Susie, dead. Yeah, you know those kids you thought were gonna be the main characters of the story? They die in the pilot episode. Bro, Ronnie, what are you about to do with a hammer? Bro, look at Lily right now. She has lost her mind. She went through all that stuff with her dad, and now she's tragically seen all of her friends get murdered by a giant demon baby. Oh my God. So they run out, bro. Ronnie puts the hammer through the door, which why would you even think that would stop a giant demon baby? And then Lily has a ripped off hand in her hand, bro. Somebody help her. Oh my God. What a episode 1, man. Oh my God. Oh, we're trucking along. You thought it was over? No, I'm covering all 8 episodes. This video is about to get real wicked. Go get some snacks. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. Editor, cue episode 2. Dun, 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 dun. It starts off with a recap of what happened in the movie theater. We also get the intro song for this, but I'm not gonna play it because, you know, copyright, but it's like 50s and 60s music. I keep saying 50s and 60s. I really hope it is. I feel like it has to be the 50s and 60s, but it just looks like it. The cars got the bubble tops. They're not dressing like they're in the 70s. I ain't seen no bell bottoms yet. I'm just saying. And ain't nobody smoking that gas. Anyways, all you need to know is that a little recap happened and Lily woke up screaming in her bed. They're also posted up outside of Ronnie's dad's house. They are trying their hardest to put this on him, especially now that 3 more children have died. I don't understand how he's the prime suspect when the crazy bitch Lily, who's been in Juniper Hill, is on psychedelic medication, gets found with blood all over her body and a little girl's ripped off hand in her hand. How is Ronnie's dad the suspect? Bro, you can be a crazy white girl that's on crazy meds and gets found with all the bodies, and somehow they'll blame it on a black person that's not there. Welcome to America. This is what Childish Gambino was talking about on that stupid song that we then found out 5 years later was a Drake diss. What a douchebag. Anyways, Ronnie's in there arguing with his mom about what's happened, and now they're gonna end up trying to pin this on him. And Ronnie's just sitting there listening to it, obviously sad and distraught because she doesn't want her dad to get pinned up for something he didn't do. Man, one black guy going through the most pain in his entire life, stressed out about getting pinned for murders that he didn't do. And then he got another black guy who's sitting at his nice house with his, oh my God, his wife is bad. Jesus Christ. I am not gonna lie, bro. Jesus, bro. Leroy, your wife is bad as shit. I just try to get behind that one time. Bro, we got a cool house. Bad wife bought her son a telescope. This little kid is Will Hanlon. He's important because he's another kid that's part of the main cast that hasn't died yet. So I said yet, but I honestly don't know what happens after this episode. I'm literally making these in chronological order as I'm watching them. So I can't even spoil you guys on the episodes that are past this. I'm such a thoughtful content creator, you know? Give me a like for that and subscribe. If you don't, you're a bitch. Now, Leroy's all banged up from that fight that he got in the day before, and his wife's asking him about it. But obviously, he can't really say too much because everything's classified on the Air Force base. What a wonderful job. Can't even tell my wife why I got my ass beat. Now, Marge is back at school, and she's still trying to impress the patty cakes. I hate the patty cakes, man. Now, Marge walks up, and one of their friends is talking to them about this kid that she has a crush on. But she doesn't want to talk about it. He ends up telling them about it, and apparently it's some kid that has a snotty nose. What the fuck is that? You dating a dirty boy from the Powerpuff Girls? Like, what's going on? Every time Marge ends up making something funny or saying a joke, this girl Patty embarrasses her. That's enough, Marge. Don't be rude. She also plays her later on in the lunchroom too. Like, how you gonna get mad at her because she's funnier than you? I hate kids like that. You mad we about to take your shine from you? I never have done well in school or anything with other kids that felt like they were a leader, quote unquote, because I'm a leader. So it's like we always bump heads. And I'm going to take the spotlight if I can. I can't help it. It's not on purpose. It's just I was a fucking class clown, bro. So I'm always making everybody laugh. Don't get mad at me because you're not funny. Motherfuckers want to be the coolest kid in the room so bad, bro. Relax. Before I get the bacon, you dumb ass. Anyways, Marge doesn't understand why Lily's been talking to Ronnie. So she asks her about it in class, and Lily explains to her that, you know what, I've been through a lot. I have no interest in you or the patty cakes. You need to lay off the cakes. Fat bitch. All right, my fault. That was crazy. Oh, look, it's Will, and he's late to class. Now, Hanley gets called into the office, and he gets told that the guy that did this to him in his bedroom is the douchebag that was being racist to him when he first got there. Hanlon's a little weary about it, so he decides to do a little bit of due diligence and figure out a thing or two. Hold on to that. Now, Charlotte's decided that she was going to go on a side quest. Oh, wow. Welcome to Derry, the RPG. Today, we're traversing the town, and we're going to go get something for dinner. Now, Charlotte gets to go into this deli, and everybody in town's being awesome to her. Hey, how you doing? Hi. Hello. Even the guy in there was being nice when she went to go get that chuck. Hey, I want to make a roast for dinner. For 3. Okay, 3. Got a chuck for you. What, you want a round or a chuck? Let me get the round. Like my big fat ass. I ain't gonna lie, the dude voicing you was horny right now. He need to calm down, cuz. Now, in the midst of her getting this for dinner, there's a little boy getting beat up. So she runs over there and she disperses him, tells him to leave him alone. And everybody's looking at her like she's crazy. This goes to show how messed up Derry is, bro. I feel like this happens all the time. People just be ignoring things. So she goes home and obviously she tells her husband about it. But he's having a terrible day. It seems like she's getting jumped right now, like she's in Jujutsu Kaisen, because her son and her husband are telling her to stop being a weirdo. Mom, we just moved here. Can you please not embarrass me on my first week? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You gotta leave a little boy alone, man. You try to go to a school, find out if he got bullies. Whole time, the whole town finna bully your dumb ass. Got me out here tripping, man. Why are you guys being so mean to me? Man, my fault, cuz. I'm just having a bad day, man. You wanna talk about it? You know I can't talk about it, man. Everything classified, man. Hey, huh? God, I hate this job. You wanna go upstairs and have some Mr. Nasty time? Yeah, I wanna go have some Mr. Nasty time. Bro, what is going on in Ronnie's room right now? Is she inside of a placenta? Like, what the fuck is this? Or her mom just gave birth to a giant kid in the bedroom. What the fuck is this? You killed me when you came out of me. Why'd you do it? All I wanted was to hold my baby. And you killed me. Like those other kids, and like you're gonna kill your father. They'll come for you and they'll take him away. And he'll fry. Oh my God, what the fuck? Is this an umbilical cord? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Why is her vagina? Is that her stomach or vagina? I feel like that. I don't know, but either way, why does it have teeth? Oh my God, look, it's Pennywise's eyes. It's the first sighting. We still haven't seen him, but you know, it is what it is. Now, obviously, this is crazy, but not as crazy as the blatant racism that happens in Derry all the time. Like, for instance, look at these 3 guys just having a drink at the bar, having a good old time. And here comes the chief of police, getting haggled by these white dudes at the bar for not putting the black guy in jail. Man, think about them parents, chief. Why didn't you put that black We're in jail. Man, first off, your breath hot. Back up some. You need to come over here with some Colgate strips or something. Listerine patch or something. Like, God damn. Man, listen, either you put him in jail or we gonna find a new police chief. Put him in jail or you can find a new police chief. Anyways, the police chief is mad, so he ends up trying to tell the bartender to kick these black guys out for no reason. Now, there's a guy with him named Halloran. You might have seen him earlier. He's with the general a lot, and he gets special privileges because apparently he has some ability to find this thing they're trying to excavate. I still don't understand what it is he does and why it's important, but they've been trying to find these objects that are surrounded, there's 6 of them, by this central object that's a weapon that creates fear and can kill a man instantly. You see the indigenous people watching them trying to dig this stuff up? Yeah, so you remember a long time ago, and by a long time ago, I mean like, I don't know, a few years ago when It Part 2 came out. But anyways, you find out that there was this thing called the Ritual of Chewed, and that these indigenous people tried to do it, it didn't work, etc., etc. But anyways, Pennywise is this weapon of fear they're talking about, I'm assuming. And they're trying to find it. They probably shouldn't find it because it's going to be a problem. Anyways, this man Halloran keeps saying he's close, that we're going to find it soon. You better find it because them special privileges are going to get taken away. And then you're going to get treated like a black guy. You already are, kind of, but it's going to be even worse when you don't have special powers. Anyways, back in school, it's lunchtime. And Lily is eating with Ronnie. But not by choice. It's because Ronnie's going up and interrogating her about what she told the police about her dad. Ooh, this is not going to turn out good. Ronnie ends up freaking out in the lunchroom and she gets sent to the office. Will's in the hallway and he meets a new friend, this little kid right here who I honestly don't know his name. Who the fuck is this? I think his name is Rich? Richie? I'm gonna call him Rich, I ain't gonna lie. Probably right, maybe, hopefully. But anyways, they're having a discussion and then this fat kid comes in there and throws a stink bomb in the hallway. This makes my homie Will run into a teacher and he obviously gets in trouble. Now him and Ronnie are gonna meet inevitably because they're both black and they're supposed to, but also because they're in detention. Bro in detention is smelling crazy right now, I ain't gonna lie. Now the problem is that the police chief is getting hackled by the racist white townsfolk. So he has to put somebody in there and it's gonna be the black guy if anybody. So he gets Lily to talk to him again and basically makes her believe that if she doesn't say that that guy was there in the movie theater that night, that she's going back to Juniper Hill and she's gonna be the prime suspect. But he does it in such a gaslighting, manipulative way that she doesn't even know what's going on. And because of this, she accidentally sends this black guy to jail. Just another innocent father getting drugged to prison. Yay! Lily and the police chief are now my 2 least favorite characters in the entire show. This list can change, but for right now, they're bottom 2. Anyways, Hanley goes and he tells the general what happened. That guy that they arrested for doing what they did to him in his bedroom is innocent because he couldn't handle that German gun like that. Remember, I told you to hold on to that fact. Well, this guy couldn't even put an M16 together, let alone this stupid ass German weapon that jams up all the time. I keep calling it a German weapon, but it might have been a Korean weapon. And I'm sure that my editor will fix it every single time if I'm wrong. I really think it's German, but I probably am wrong. I shouldn't second guess myself, but that's the ADHD. Anyways, moving on. We're now at a scene where Lily's going to a grocery store and there's a person on the announcements. I knew as soon as I heard the guy telling him about all the deals at the grocery store over the intercom that he was going to say something to Lily. Lily, your dad's in a pickle jar in the back. Make sure you buy some Campbell's. There's my little girl. Give daddy a kiss. And then all the damn jars fall on the ground and he starts putting his pickle body back together. What the fuck is this? Bro, an octopus? Ew. Oh yeah, this is crazy. They strangling her with tentacles. What is this, Stranger Things? Just one little kiss for Papa. Yo, smell like straight pickle juice right now. This is crazy. Anyway, she wakes up and obviously she's going to the loony bin. Bro, breaking pickle jars, screaming in the middle of the grocery store. I feel bad for her. Now, remember when I told you that Halloran guy said that they were close, right? Well, they found something. The car with Maddie's body in it and all the skeletons of that family that was with him. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I'm not 100% sure, but I digress. That is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 starts off in 1908 and we see a little boy with a hat on like he's from The Irishman. Bro is gonna grow up and become a part of the mafia. Actually, he's gonna grow up and become a part of something that is quite the opposite of the mafia, the military. Yes, this is the general, which is kind of funny. And I'm not talking about that one car insurance place Call the general. All right, my fault. Yo, doesn't Shaquille O'Neal own that? All right, my bad. Let's move on. Anyways, he's at a circus, bro. And obviously this is 1908. So everybody here is insane. Like, look at this real quick. Are they conjoined twins? I'm assuming back then they didn't know how to get rid of conjoined twins. So their intestines are disconnected. What the fuck is that? What is that? Somebody needed to snip them apart and cauterize the wound. I'm just saying. Anyways, the general goes to the back and he hears a old man talking to him. Don't be afraid, boy. Come here. Closer, boy. But I said come closer, man. Stop playing with me, cuz. Now you see it? Now, obviously, the little boy is terrified after seeing all these freaks of nature. So he comes running out into his dad's arms. Son, what's wrong with you? You all right? You tripping, man? Don't be no sissy now. In 1908, calling someone the sissy is the same as calling them the F slur. You know what's going on. But don't worry, you know, his dad did call him a sissy, but he won him a slingshot. So the constellation prize, you know? Now, obviously, this little boy goes home and his dad stops him on the side of the road because he needs to get some water. And by water, I mean his car broke down because it's 1908 and cars suck back then. Now, when he goes to go get this water, there's a sweet little indigenous girl there by the name of Rose. Now, Rose and the general, they become very, very close friends. Mainly because he had to trade his slingshot and the little bit of money he had for the water because he's broke. But that doesn't matter. They spent the whole summer playing together, but one day, the general decided that he was gonna run in the woods. Why did you go in the woods when she told you to come back? God, little kids are stupid. We're gonna learn a whole lot of lore about Pennywise coming up very, very soon. And these woods are important to that. But for now, we got the general running away from him after he took the form of that freaky ass old dude from the circus. Oh, nah. Hey, get your ass back here, boy. Don't run from me, guys. You'll flow too. You'll flow too. You'll flow too. You'll flow too. Yo, we don't talk about the float, cuz. Oh, nah. I don't want to float. God damn. Yo, the only float I want is an ice cream float. My fat ass hungry right now. God damn, cuz. Right before this old dude was about to eat him, here comes Shorty with the slingshot. Fuck. Oh my God, look at his blood floating in the air. It's just like the movies. Now they escape, and she explains to him that he can't go in the woods anymore, that this thing can't get him once they're out of the woods. This is going to become very relevant later, but we're not there yet. Foreshadowing. Anyways, Lily's at the crazy house, but it's time for her to go. Look at her making her bed. I know that she's happy to get out of here. One day away from a lobotomy. It's going to be okay, dear. You're a bright girl. You'll figure it out. Yeah, it's my fault that Ronnie's dad's in jail. You know, if I tell the truth, I'll probably wind up back here. What would you do if you were me? Speaking of Ronnie's dad, let's go see what's going on with him. And the police chief is questioning him about something he knows that he didn't do. Hey, boy, you told me you weren't at that movie theater, boy, but we found something very interesting out there. Want to tell us why your cigarettes were in the area? Man, I ain't got nothing to do. I don't even smoke embassies, man. I smoke Newport Box 100s, man. Man, I ain't do shit, bro. I ain't got nothing to say, bro. Where my lawyer at? Oh, now you want a lawyer, boy. Okay. All right, we're going to do your due diligence on a lawyer there, boy. You going to tell me what I need to know. And if not, you just going to be a long-lasting, black, dirty ape memory. Man, I ain't do none of them cares, girl. I come back here, man. Oh my God, bro. They about to put me under the jail like I'm Beanie Siegel, guys. Now back at school, Ronnie is getting looked at by all the other little boys and girls. It's like she did something wrong, even though she did nothing wrong. But you know, that's besides the point. Can you imagine? Her dad's probably a psycho. Man, will you shut up, bro? I know she didn't do it, bro. I know it. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say she ain't get raised by a killer, you know what I'm saying? Because her dad, I heard he back in the day, he used to get busy with the pistols. But that's besides the point, man. I don't think that he murdered no kids, though. Man, you just like her, bro. That's the only reason you saying that. I mean, she's the only other black girl in town, bro. What you want me to do? Like a white girl? Hell no. Now at this point, it's looking bad for Ronnie. I'm not gonna lie, her dad's in jail. He doesn't want to tell him what happened and where he was at that night. And now Lily's trying to make things right by bringing a camera. We could just get some proof, you know? Okay, that's cool. We could get some proof, but who's gonna develop it? You think if we take it, the Keens are gonna get us those pictures? Come on, man. You gotta be smarter than that, Lily. Well, there has to be somebody that could help us. Speaking of pictures, the general is looking at some pictures right now. You remember that car from the end of episode 2? Well, I was wrong about something. I thought that car was from, you know, the little boy, Maddie, when he was in the car with those people. But no, this car was from like the early 50s or 60s or something. Bro, I still have no idea what time period this is. You know what? I'm gonna end this all right now, bro. We're just gonna end it right now. Use Google. Okay, I was right. It is the 60s. I knew it. Okay, but this car is from like maybe the 30s, 40s or something like that. I don't know, back in mob days or whatever. But anyways, that has nothing to do with Maddie or that car. I was wrong about it. We also learned that Halloran is in a tent that's raining through the top. Him and his boys need a better place to hang out. I'm just saying. Now, the general wants to find out what's going on with these excavation sites and get closer to whatever this thing is that they need to find. And he has a special item in a cigar box, but it is not cigars. It's the slingshot that Rose gave back to him when they were children. And Halloran's going to use it to try to siphon in on where Pennywise is at. And maybe they can find his lair. Hey man, what's in that box you got? I don't even worry about it. You wouldn't even understand, cuz. All right, I need y'all to turn east right now. All right, we turn to east, bro. Got you, cuz. Now, at this point, Halloran is seeing flashbacks of what happened that day. Why are you still running? We're okay now. We can't come out of the woods. Man, what was that thing? I don't know. I can't tell you that. Listen, can you keep a secret? And then we come to the present and realize that Rose is the woman that owns the thrift store or antique shop. Is it a thrift store or an antique shop? I don't know, but she owns that store. Oh, nah. I should have known, though. She looks kind of familiar. Did they use AI to make that little girl? Or, you know what? Never mind. They probably just typecasted, but that's besides the point. Man, something has to be done about these excavation sites. Something stronger, like a cease and desist letter. Man, that's bullshit, man. Ain't nobody gonna work with that shit. And if that doesn't work, we'll file a formal complaint to the federal government. Oh my God, bro. You know they not gonna listen to us, bro. We are not white. Or they came here and stole our land and you think a cease and desist gonna work? This is out they mind, cuz. Now at this point, my man Halloran is deep into the psychosis. I ain't gonna lie. Bro done popped up and he sees Pennywise, the dancing clowns. Oh no, he found the lair. But for the first time we hear him speak. Who are you? This man Halloran gets to seeing all types of stuff, bro. Bodies, him, her. It's like Franklin on Snowfall in that one scene. Oh my God, he sees his grandma. He's coming, Duke. Get out of here now. Now this dude is in real life opening up the hangar door like he's about to jump out of there. So Hanlon had to wake his dumb ass up. It's funny that his name's Hanlon and this guy's name's Halloran. Now at this point, Halloran is in the infirmary and he's getting checked out, but he's okay. And the general thanks him for what he's been doing and tells him that he's going to try to find a spot for him and his boys to hang out at. All that pain he's going through, it's kind of adding up. It's working out for him. Can't believe it. Now, Rich and Will, they're talking about the girls that they like and stuff. And here comes Lily and Ronnie popping up. Man, what's up, man? How can I help you? And listen, can you help us with chemicals and, developing film? It depends on what's going on. Like, if I'm gonna believe you or not. I know you're not gonna believe me. Man, try me, bro. It can't be that bad. Talking about try me. Think you days low for something. And just like that, she explained what's going on. And bro is not believing that shit. I mean, I believe that she believes it, but that don't mean I do. Now at this point, he decides that he's going to help her anyway because he has the sweets for her, as Rich will call it. But Rose sees the general. Now the general goes and he brings a cease and desist letter. He's basically trying to smooth it over by telling her that, oh, we'll work together and we'll find out where these secret burial grounds are that you don't want dug up and you don't want hurt. We'll work together. But really, he's just trying to find out where these items are so he can, hone in on where Pennywise is. He doesn't know it's Pennywise yet, but that's just what it is. Bro thought he was smooth coming in here, smooth talking Rose and all that. I mean, it was working though. I ain't gonna lie. Rose was falling straight for that bullshit. You could tell it's been a long time since she had some dick. Now at this point, we go back to the hideout, the place that they're not supposed to be taking people to. And somehow, Lily has been taking everyone to. But that's besides the point. I mean, the reality is, Ted died, Phil died, Maddie died, so Lily was the only one left that knew where it was, so kind of like her spot now. Now Rich is up here telling them about how his grandma and his family told him about evil spirits and that he thinks this thing that's after them is one of those evil spirits and that he knows how to conjure them. But they have to go to a cemetery first. You should have known that little bro was on some bullshit, but obviously they have no idea because they're gonna believe him. It's their friend. Now Halloran gets invited over to dinner and he's having a conversation with Leroy and Charlotte about where they came from and how she was a history teacher and he's just ranting and raving about the awesome Cajun food that she made. What I would do for a beautiful black woman like that to make me food and let me tell them jokes and pay our bills. Man, your wife sure know her way around the kitchen, man. Yeah, but let me talk to you about something, man. What kind of dude is you, bro? You was up there on that plane tweaking. Felt like somebody was in my mind at dinner, and I felt that same way the other day when it was people in my room, cuz. So stop trying to read my mind, cuz. Man, you ain't got any to worry about that no more. I looked in your brain when a gun was to your head, bro. You was just analyzing.
taking everything in. It's like the part of your brain that's got fear don't even work or something. You don't fear nothing. Like, look, watch. Ice Spice's mixtape. Nothing, bro. Nothing happened. The average man would have just had convulsions when I said that. That mixtape is trash. But not you. And I need you in them trenches with me. No back.
Motherfucker talking about no back. What you, G Herbo? Now they at the cemetery. Rich is over there just saying a bunch of nothing. Bro is yapping. Like, bro, shut up, Eminem. Now they realize at this point that Rich is on some bullshit. That he doesn't really know what he's doing. He just heard part of this from his family, but he doesn't really know how to summon any spirits. But don't worry though. They're not gonna have to summon any spirits. Pennywise is gonna show up for him. But Will fumbled the bag and tells Ronnie that he doesn't believe him. Obviously, they've been through a lot. So this triggers them and they dip off. Rich and Will follow because, you know, obviously they're not about to stand there in the middle of a... Wait, hold on, real quick. What kind of CGI is this? I seen this same level CGI on Jeepers Creepers Reborn. What the f is that? Now they're riding through the cemetery and look at all these dead spirits following them around. Now they're taking pictures of everything. I mean, they're getting good shots, I'm not gonna lie. But they doing better passes than John Stockton. Now this dude Will picked the camera up last, bro, and for some reason he decides to walk into this catacomb and take a picture of whatever pops out. Now, let me just be real with you. What you think, you playing Elden Ring? Why would you walk into a catacomb? There was nothing good in there for you. Bro must have thought he was built different, I ain't gonna lie. But don't worry, Will ends up getting a picture and he makes it. Surprisingly, I don't know. The way that they've been killing kids in this show, I thought Will might have got smoked, but obviously he's very important to the story, so that's probably not gonna happen yet. Now they developed these pictures and they turned out great. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, they finally got proof. They're gonna take the pictures to the police department. They're gonna get Ronnie's dad out. Everything's gonna be cool. Man, these are gonna get your dad out for sure. I sure hope so. Oh my God, look at that ugly ass girl right there. And look, that one spirit that was floating. Wait a minute, what's this last one? Wait, what is that? Is that a clown? Oh, nah! The first sighting of Pennywise. And that is the end of episode 3. On to episode 4. Dun, 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 dun. The kids pull up to the police department, and you know that they got this proof this time. They're gonna have to let Ronnie's dad out. I mean, hopefully they're gonna let her dad out. Now, obviously, when they turn these pictures in, Pennywise is still on his picture, but all the rest of them are gone. All the spirits missing. It's kind of sad when you think about it, because they did all of this, risked their life, just for Pennywise to play with them. God. They think maybe it's like Dracula or something, like you can't see his reflection. No! Pennywise is just the ultimate gaslighter, the true legend of the game. The type to make you think that you're the one that's actually wrong, when in reality, it's him. Now Lily decides to go talk to somebody that has a little sense, you know? That woman from Juniper Hill when she was leaving. Some of you may or may not remember her. So they go to dinner and she explains to her what's going on. And the lady says, there were some boys, you know, that went missing back in the 30s. It's because it's a Great Depression, so they probably were leaving, trying to find better places to go. You know, hitchhiking to a different place, a different existence. Even though we all were poor, I don't really understand why they would leave, but that's what I thought happened. So you don't think that, you know, anything I say could have happened? Oh, fuck no. You're crazy. You're probably gonna be back in Juniper Hill by the end of the month. What? Now Charlotte's still trying to figure out what's going on in the town with all these kids disappearing, and she saw Ronnie's dad in the newspaper. Now she doesn't know that Will and Ronnie are friends yet, but she will very soon. Now her and Rose are having a discussion, and Rose obviously isn't really giving any information up. It's like a secret thing for them, you know? It's their culture and their story, so obviously she isn't just gonna go willy-nilly telling everybody. But don't worry, we're gonna find out a lot this episode. Hold on, put your seatbelts on. Now you remember when I told you that Halloran was gonna get a special place for him and the boys to go? Well, they got one. It's this little bunker that got decommissioned. They're using it for storage, but you know, it's got a kitchen in it and all types of stuff. They're gonna clean it up real nice, put a bar in there, bring the hose through, you know, whole king caboodle. Man, this place is nice, cuz, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put some hose there, put a bar here, put some more hose over there. I might put a stripper pole up. Man, you don't get no hose, man. What you talking about? Man, what you talking about? I got like 300 matches on Tinder today. Man, this is 1960, bro. It ain't Tinder. Only thing tender is you, cuz. Man, that's messed up, cuz. Now that the boys have to clean up this messy ass place, let's go back to school and see what the kids are talking about. Here comes Marge talking to Lily once again. Yo, why are they getting videos of a nuclear fallout? Like, were nuclear bombs just dropping all the time back then? I know Hiroshima happened and stuff, but like, was that a regular occurrence? Yup, there goes that turtle again. Very important. Bro, Marge gotta go ahead with that, bro. Leave Lily alone. Keep looking and smiling at her and all that. Freaky ass. Anyways, Will comes home from school and he goes upstairs to go try to find those pictures again. But he should have known better. His mom found them. You know dang well your mom gonna dig in your stuff. That's one thing moms do. You can't have no secrets. They gonna be cleaning up randomly, find everything in your room. Anyways, he explains to her what happened. Somebody came after us. We're trying to get pictures and oh my God, Mom, it was scary. My God, no more running around with that group of friends of yours. To school and back home, that's it. Okay, Mom. So that night at dinner, he was terrified. Didn't want his dad to find out that he'd been gallivanting all late. So his mom looked out for him and told his dad that there's a girl involved. There's a girl. Man, come on, Mom, don't tell him that. Damn, my son got a girl. Oh, I knew you was about to get some pub, bro. Man, I'm proud of you, cuz. Them ankles loose, baby. Man, can I be excused, bro? I got homework, man. Hey, go ahead, man. Hey, don't be upstairs talking to that little girl, man. You will go blind touching us. My dad always used to tell me gooning would make you go blind, man. Now, obviously, after hearing this news, he decides that he wants to go take his son fly fishing. Man, tell me about that girl, man. Man, she ain't my girl. She ain't your girl yet. Man, you a handler, man. I know you about to handle that. You feel me? The handlers handle. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold on. What, you about to catch something, son? Okay. Be careful now. Be careful. Oh, man, you lost it, man. I'm gonna go get some more bait, though. Hold on real quick. Hold my shit real quick, son. So Leroy goes to walking away, and Will is there holding his fishing rod. And I'm thinking everything is gonna be normal, you know? It's a swell day in Derry. That's what I would like to tell you. But as soon as he went to go get that bait, a little fish swam up the Will. And what is that, a koi fish? It shouldn't even be in this pond. And trust no koi fish, I'm just saying. Now he go look at this koi fish. His dad grabbed him. He looking like Mark from RDC right now when he was in the Avatar state. I'm talking about Joe Burn too. What the fuck is that? So Leroy come grab him up, bro, and this dude is freaking out, bro. It's something bad here, Dad. It was you, and there's something bad in Derry. Look at my arms, Dad. They really f***ed me up, son. Wait, what is that, cuz? And then they see it, the signature Pennywise, a floating red balloon. Oh no. Now Charlotte is still trying to figure out what's going on. Now that she knows that Ronnie and Will are friends, and Ronnie's dad is arrested for some stuff that he probably didn't do, she pulls up on the police chief to find out if she could talk to him and find information about his case. Now the police chief has told her that he has a right to a public defender, just like everybody else, and he's been having his rights. But Charlotte knows that ain't true. She from the South, bro. She know how these white folks do it. Can I talk to him?
Are you his family or his counsel?
No.
Then no. Get your black ass out of here. Walk real slow when you leave, though. You look good. I ain't gonna lie.
So she ended up leaving and finding Ronnie's information. She go to her house to talk to his mom, and his mom is telling her straight up, I thought my son was in his room. The only one that knows what happened with my son that night is God and him. And the white woman that he was sleeping with. What? Wait, who said that? Yep, that's right. We find out that Ronnie's dad was sleeping with a white woman. He was having an affair that night. Not just with a regular white woman, though. A married white woman. You know they about to cook his ass. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. He probably would like to spend time in prison more than what's gonna happen to him if the white people find out that he been sleeping with a married white woman. Anyways, now that she has this information, it's gonna open up a whole new door for her. New angle to go and find out what happened. Even though I told you exactly what was happening, I skipped the part basically, but I mean, she's gonna go talk to him about it later anyway. So now you know, and I know. Anyways, the boys are cleaning up that spot, and Halloran goes outside, and he starts seeing vision of his grandma, and she's talking to him and telling him to keep his lid on tight and to watch himself. Now, I don't know if Pennywise is messing with him or if that's his grandma actually giving him real visions. I still don't know yet, but we're gonna find out together, don't worry. Now, Halloran is trying to explain to Halloran what happened with his son, telling him that a burnt version of him was grabbing his son. He had cuts and bruises on his hands and said that something bad is in Derry. And he's asking Halloran, what the hell is it?
Man, I don't know what it is, man. And I don't even want to know. I don't think you want to know either. You need to carry on with your business, cuz.
Now, the kids realize at this point that the reason why everything is happening this way is because Pennywise is trying to make them fear, so it comes out on their glands. He's basically trying to make them scared so the meat tastes better when he eats them. That's why he's toying with them instead of, actually just killing them like he could. So Lily steals some what seems to be pills from her mom. Now, I'm not gonna lie, these pills are supposed to kind of ease their mind, make them not afraid, etc. I'm starting to think them shits are like Xanax or something, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, none of that matters. What does matter is that this snail has a parasite in it right here, and it's gonna become very relevant later. Just wait on it. Anyway, Charlotte goes to the police office, and Leroy's partner from the military, he sees her. So obviously, he's gonna tell Leroy that he's seen her at the police department earlier. Anyway, she pops up with a note from Ronnie's dad's mom. I really wish that I could learn Ronnie's dad's name. I didn't have to keep saying Ronnie's dad, but you know what? I don't really care. Anyways, this is where they have that conversation, and he tells her that he's having an affair with a married white woman. That's all you need to know. Don't worry about it. Let's move on. Now, back at school, Marge and Lily are finally talking. They're having lunch together after Marge asked Lily if they could, which is obviously not a good idea because Marge is a terrible person, but it is what it is. Now, the whole plan is to have this boy Tim embarrass her in front of the whole school by making it seem like Tim likes her, but in reality, He doesn't. He's an asshole. And of course, Lily falls for it because it's just her dream, having a pretty boy like her, having anyone like her, honestly. Now, Marge feels terrible in this moment, and it seems like she's about to tell the truth, but not before something terrible happens. I need to tell you something. The truth is, Now, in this moment, Pennywise is messing with Marge, and she makes her eyes all bulgy and big like the snail that had the parasite. Now, Marge is freaking out, and she's in the workshop class trying to use the saw to cut them off, which is insane, by the way. Now, Lily goes to try to calm Marge down. Marge has this thing in her hand stabbing at her. Now, she's on top of Marge with this thing in her hand. Now, obviously, this looks terrible, and they're probably gonna send Lily's crazy ass back to Juniper. But before that could happen, Leroy's gonna ask Charlotte about why she went to the police office today. There's an innocent black guy in there that says that he didn't do no murders. Now, I'm gonna help him like anybody else would and should. Man, you know, nobody else would do that. You the only one doing it, man. God, bro, we only been here, I don't know how long, and you just start trouble. Now, after they're done arguing, Will ends up waking up in the middle of the night and decides to look outside with his telescope. I don't know why he did, but he did. And oh my God, is that a silhouette of Pennywise? Oh, nah. Now, you know, my man go running outside and he is mad. Cause who was peeping on my sons? And right before he goes back into the house, there it is once again, a stupid red balloon. Now, this was the final straw for Leroy. So he goes into the base and he asks him what the hell they're chasing. And this is when we start to get it. That information that we've been waiting on. Because that indigenous boy, you know, the one that's the nephew to Rose, he's in there. And Halloran is starting to see into his mind. Like Professor Xavier or something. Something wrong with his ass. Yo, he is freaking out, bro. But this motherfucker is tripping right now. Now, he's inside of this dude's brain. Now, the little boy is in there playing with his toys and all that. And Rose comes walking in to talk to him and tell him about the story of what happened with Pennywise, what he is, how it is, and what they had to do to stop him. Strap in, this story is mad interesting. Now, an evil spirit come down from the night sky in the form of a meteor. Years and years and years pass until the first ancestors come. They break off a part of the star that formed when he landed, and they made a weapon that would keep Pennywise at bay, keep him in the woods, basically. Now, they lived for generation and generation in harmony with him. Didn't go in the woods, and that was his hunting ground until the settlers came. And they messed up everything because that's what white people do. They haunted the woods, and just like that, they were haunted. Eventually, he could end up haunting outside of the woods. He got stronger. They had to figure something out. That single dagger wasn't enough. So they set up an expedition. They go into the woods and get more parts of that star to stop him. So they did. They popped up at the Western Wood and they traversed it. Now, when the rest of the tribe realized that the daughter had went missing, they went in, but they didn't have a dagger to keep them safe. They were at the mercy of Pennywise. It took the form of a giant elk. He's kind of going crazy. So he started smoking them, showing them the greatest fears that they could imagine in their head. Now, the great warrior of the tribe was no match for Pennywise. Pennywise dropped the warrior, though, because her daughter popped up with the dagger. It was too late. Her mom went on to be with the great ancestors in the sky, and they decided that they had to do something. So they went back and they collected a bunch of these stars, 13 of them to be exact, and they buried them all around the woods to keep Pennywise trapped. And that's why this excavation is dangerous. Now, at this point, I don't know if this, thing keeping him in the woods is even working because he's been outside of the woods multiple times. And then I was wondering if maybe, he still can't hunt. Like he can do the illusions and mess with people, but he couldn't kill them. And that giant baby murdered everybody in the theater, so it can't be that. At this point, I don't even know. Obviously he got strong enough to get past it. Maybe it just never worked in the first place. I don't know. Anyways, in the middle of the story though, Halloran pops up, clapping his hands. That's a great story, man. Now tell me, where these little parts at? So he points him in the right direction. It's a very old house that if you go down underneath it and follow the paths, you'll find everything. This old house is the one from the movie, The House with the Well. Dun, 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 dun. And now we're on to episode 5, where our friends are going through a lot of bullshit right now. Notably, this indigenous dude right here, because oh my God, why is he foaming at the mouth? Somebody please get him some help. Oh shit. Hey, somebody get some help. Yo, this motherfucker here foaming at the mouth, guys. Bro, look like my girl on Saturday night. You feel me? Man, what the fuck? Hey, yo, what just happened, man? What did he just do? Hey, calm down, man. Listen, man, we gonna get you some answers, all right? By answers, I mean I'm a gaslight you, make you feel like you're helping us even though you're really setting the world on fire, but that's besides the point. Now, you're probably wondering at this point what happened to Marge. Well, Marge is okay, except, her eye is missing, and now she's gonna have to wear an eye patch because Well, her eye is missing, but that's besides the point. Don't worry though, she told everybody that Lily was actually the one helping her and that everything is fine, even though it looked like Lily was on top of her with a weapon and was trying to murder her. Don't worry, all the adults will believe her, even though she's been to Juniper Hill multiple times and she's fucking crazy, but that's besides the point. All we need to know is that Marge is okay. And so are the kids, except wait a minute, who the there's somebody in the tent. Probably one of those homeless people from Derry. Didn't have a house to live, so he went there and started sleeping in the tent. And oh my God, Maddie's alive? Oh nah. Now I'll be honest with you guys. When I first saw this, I instantly thought to myself, you know, there's no way that Maddie could have possibly been in those sewers down there with those bodies, seen those deadlights, and somehow escaped the sewers and got back to this secret hideout to go sleep in the tent. It just didn't make much sense to me. So then I started putting 2 and 2 together, you know, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 4 equals, I can't count past 6, so I don't really know, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is that clearly this is Pennywise messing with these kids. I mean, it was very obvious to me. He don't even look like Maddie. His hair is a different color and everything. Anyways, he explains that he was down in the sewers and that he escaped, that Susie's down there with her arm tore off, bleeding out, that Phil's there, but he can't move. And that Ted, well, he's dead. He said that he watched Pennywise eat Ted's brains right in front of him. What a terrible guy. Anyways, the fact that he says Phil is still alive makes them feel like they need to go down there and go get him, which I feel like is, I don't know, fucking dumb, but you know, who am I? Yeah, Phil, he just can't move, but he's down there still. Oh my God, Phil's down there. We have to go get him. Wait a minute. What do you mean we have to go get him? Well, we can't leave him down there. Yeah, Sean, I'm just saying, that don't even make any sense. Like, why the fuck would we leave my man Phil down there, Sean? Like Phil been there for us all our life, Sean. And by all our lives, I mean, like, we barely know him, Sean. We just go to school with him, and he's barely done anything for us. I don't even know why we would go down there to save him, Sean. I'm just saying, respectfully. But those kids decide that they can't leave any man left behind, so they're gonna go down to get him. Simultaneously, the military is also putting a team together to go into the sewers through the old house and to find these artifacts. Now, you know, you put 2 and 2 together, the kids and the military are gonna cross paths, but probably not in the way that you expect it to be. Hold on to that. We're not there yet. Foreshadowing. Now, the indigenous people are coming together and they are talking about the augury, an event in which, you know, Pennywise gets to feast on a lot of people all at once and go back into his hibernation for 27 years. Speaking of feasting all at once and then hibernating for 27 years, I don't know what that has to do with this moment I'm about to reference, but just go with me. Anyways, Ronnie's father is being transported to Shawshank. Yo, is Shawshank Redemption? Is that a Stephen King book? It's like Stephen King's universe is like an all-together thing. Like it's all encompassing. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, Hank almost got shot at going to the bus. Motherfucker ran up and tried to hit him with that splickety-doo. That mouse-catool, if you will. That pew, pew, pew. Respectfully, I would not let that happen to me. And by not let it happen to me, I mean, I probably would have gotten shot. I mean, it's just my luck. I would have been the one that got blown to smithereens. Now, Rose popped up on the general to have a conversation with him about this excavation that he's doing. She realizes that he's kind of been bullshitting, and then he gaslights her. Tells her that they should work together, that they're trying to find these artifacts to close the cage, to keep Pennywise in a tighter vicinity so he can't go to Derry. You know, when I really think about it, I don't understand, but why didn't the people do that before? Like, they already were inside of his, you know, nest. They were fighting him. They had a weapon that he was afraid of and he can't really do anything to. So why not just put those artifacts around his little cave? Because then that way he wouldn't be able to even come out of the cave. And if he can't come out of the cave, he's gonna starve. He wouldn't be able to eat. You know, the more I think about it, the less sense it makes that they didn't do this already. Anyways, this startles Rose. And now she realizes that they're probably gonna utilize her nephew to find these artifacts, that he's gonna have to go with them. So she goes into her secret safe and pulls out the weapon, the one that her ancestors used against Pennywise. For some reason, this weapon works on him. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's like Kryptonite and Superman. You know, it's from his home planet, so it's a weakness because they're on Krypton. I'm assuming there's kryptonite on Krypton. You know what? I'm not a comic book guy, but I'm assuming it's working the same way. Now, Lily decided that she needed to talk to somebody, so she popped up on the shorty from Juniper Hill. And here's her husband, the guy that works at the deli. Yo, it's kind of crazy. He was such a nice guy at the deli, but he's an asshole right here. He's all drunk, demanding his steak. Like, what's wrong with this dude? And don't burn it this time, stupid.
bitch.
Now, Lily is telling the shorty from Juniper Hill that she wants to go into the sewers with her friends to, help out and go find Phil. And she obviously thinks it's a stupid idea. Don't you go down there in those sewers. You promised me, okay?
Hey, bitch, you got my steak?
Oh my God, honey, I'll have it in a minute.
Don't even need any steak. Look at you. What you say, bitch?
Nothing. God, I hate my life. But don't go in those sewers, okay? You promise? Okay, I promise. Did not tell you that I'm going in the sewers later. What? Now, Will also needs to go into the sewers, or at least he feels that way, so he ends up dipping out on his mom. Now, Retta and Nebo, to the streets where this old house is, have gotten shut down due to a gas leak. But obviously, it's because the military are coming together with a whole team of men to infiltrate the sewers. Something I didn't understand about this episode is that they went down with an entire team in these sewers, but when you actually get to the part where they're in the sewers, it doesn't even seem like there's that many people down there. Like when they pull up to the house, it looks like there's at least like 20 men there. Then you go in the sewers and it's like maybe 8, 9. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm like misremembering, but it didn't seem like a lot of people. I wonder if Pennywise killed all of them. I don't know. But anyways, let's count them. Okay, look at what I'm saying, bro. It looks like it's like 8 or 9 people. But when they pulled up, yo, editor, put the scene when they pulled up. How many people was that? I'm honestly not going to count them. I'm going to have the editor do it, but that's besides the point. Now, anyways, they end up going down in this little well and shit. Now, at this point, you remember this well. It's from the movie 2017 one, the first and the second one. I think that in the first movie, they just went through the sewers, through the woods. And I say first movie, but it's really a mini series that they compiled into and made a movie. That's why it's 3 hours long. Super gas, by the way, if you haven't already seen it. I made a video about it, selfish plug. I actually like it more than the 2017 ones. That's just me though. Now they're down in this sewer, and at this point, they basically told them to shoot anything that doesn't look normal. Anything that is out of the ordinary or strange or, just isn't what you would regularly see. Smoke they ass. But obviously, people aren't listening. Now this dude Halloran ends up falling into the water. This man Pennywise then pulled him down into this sunken place. Now we see his grandma again, and we realize that his grandma has not been being shown to him as a help. No, Pennywise has been messing with his head. Now his granddad walking there and he got that revolver on his waist. Oh my God, he got the splickety doodah. But before we can find out what his granddad is doing, let's go back to the sewers and see what our military men are going through. Uh-oh, something's coming. What the f is that big ass hand? Yo, was that Uncle Sam, cuz? Oh, nah. Bro talking about I want you. He trying to recruit him to the military. Nah, he recruited him to hell. It's over for him. Bro, a big ass Uncle Sam pop up on me with a top hat. I ain't gonna lie. I would have probably did the same thing they did. I would have got smoked. Talking about I want you. Boy, I want you to take a breath, man. Your breath is obviously hot. Now the kids pop up at the sewers and they go in there and you'll probably remember this entrance. This is that one entrance that the guy with the lighter and the was it hairspray? You remember he went in there and he got smoked? Yeah, that's the entrance that he went into. Now they're down there in the sewer, bro, and this indigenous guy dips off, but he ends up dropping the weapon. Uh-oh, that's not good. Don't worry though, this weapon will become useful very soon. Just wait on it. Let's see what Halloran's up to.
Hey boy, I know you and your grandma got these little things y'all be doing, talking to each other between y'all heads and shit. Probably talking about me, saying I look like Curious George and all that. It's cool. I do look like a monkey a little bit, but I found your little box and we're gonna open it up together. Man, I ain't opening no box. If you don't open that box, boy, I'm a
and he shot his grandma in the kneecap. Oh, nah. Now this box is what his grandma had him do when he was growing up because he was seeing a bunch of dead people, hearing voices. So his grandma had him lock all those things away in this little box in his brain, in his subconscious. Now, Pennywise, he has psychic abilities, so he found out about this and he's torturing him by having him open the box up. This is bad because now he's going to start seeing dead people again. He's going to start, hearing voices. Speaking of seeing dead people and hearing voices, the kids that are in the sewer are in there and they done pop Xanax. They are high as hell. Talking about mommy's little helper. No, those are Xannies. The Xannies. Kids walking around like zombies right now. Every one of those kids tweaking. Now, while Halloran is going through that messed up situation, both Leroy and his partner are down in the sewers and whoa. Why is Charlotte down here? Bro, I'm just saying, believe half you see and what you hear, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's not your wife. And he knew it too, so he shot her in the head. Bro, the jump scares in this shit are immaculate, bro, because how they scare me, and I'm rewatching this for the 3rd time. This is the 3rd time I've seen this while recording this video, and I still got scared. Probably them fat ass teeth of his, I'm just saying. But don't worry though, my man Leroy put that Yamin to her head. Speaking of putting that Yamin to their head, the kids are about to get their head messed with when they realize that Maddie is not who they think it is. It's Pennywise, the dancing clown. Yo, this is the first time we get to see Pennywise, bro. We're 5 episodes in and we finally get to see the clown version of Pennywise. It's kind of crazy. Now the kids end up dipping off, obviously. And they end up running into Leroy and his partner right before they get out. But Leroy doesn't realize that the kids are real, but his partner does. So he jumps in the way and he got shot. Oh my God. Bro almost killed his own son. Man, what the fuck? Man, why's y'all in here, cuz? Dad, we were just trying to help. My friend Phil and that. Man, shut your ass up. Oh my God, I done killed my partner, cuz. Oh man, cuz. Leroy, just let me go. It's my time. I'm gonna go to heaven and get my 72 virgins. Man, you're not even Muslim, cuz. Oh shit. Ugh. And just like that, Leroy's partner dies in his arms, like that YMW Melly song. And he died inside my arms, blood all on my shirt. Now he grabs his body, obviously, because he's gonna take his friend away. Oh my, wait a minute. Where's Lily at? Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So Lily is caught in a sewer, just like that one kid with the blowtorch hairspray thing. Same exact way he died. Uh-oh. Oh, too bad. You couldn't save old Matty boy. Tasty Matty boy. You convinced everyone to come and see me. You're such a good friend, but such a bad daughter. Now, Pennywise was about to smoke Lily, but that dagger was on the ground and started glowing as soon as he got close to it. There's nothing that he can do about it, except for stand there and realize that he's a big bitch. It's kind of sad when you think about it. All that power and you still can't do anything because someone had a dagger. Ah, what a tough life. Anyways, Hank ends up sneaking in the car of the woman that is from Juniper Hill. We find out in this moment that this is the woman that he's been sleeping with. Obviously, it's kind of fucked up because he's sleeping with a married white woman who's clearly married to a white man who has some sort of notoriety in the town. He's cooked. The term cooked makes a lot of sense when you realize what's going to happen. We're not there yet though, but just hold on to that. Anyways, Shorty's happy to see him. Look at them kissing each other and all that. You know, I'm just saying, bro, you should take any black celebrity for an example, bro. Stop messing with them white women. It's gonna get you messed up every time. Look at him. He could have avoided all of this, but he started to mess with a white woman. And now he's in even more trouble than he was initially. Oh my God, stop swirling. I know it doesn't make much sense because I'm half black and half white. And the fact that my mom swirled is the reason I exist. But hey, I can't choose my mom. Can't choose who she slept with. Has nothing to do with me. All I do know is that historically, messing with those white women gets you screwed. Back at the base, the general is talking to my man Leroy and he's going through it. Obviously, because his partner's dead. He just needed some time, you know, get his thoughts together, see his family. Makes perfect sense when you put 2 and 2 together. He finds out that Halloran hasn't reported back to base yet, but he feels like he'll get out. He'll find his way. And he does eventually. But then he sees Leroy's dead partner walking around. Not good. The box is open, and now he is going to be in some trouble. That ends episode 6, but don't worry, there's still 6, 7, and 8 to cover. Don't go anywhere. Things get very, very fucking crazy. 1935, Juniper Hill. Shh, get up, come on. I don't want to go. Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. Come on. This is a lot of steps. They didn't have elevators in 1935? Oh my God, I don't want to come down here. I'm scared. Oh, don't be scared, honey. Now, Mabel, you said this is where the clown told you to meet him, right? You could tell me. Then they see it, a floating balloon. Uh-oh. It's okay, sweetheart, it's just a balloon. Now, why the hell did you go down there with your friends, man? You didn't listen to your mom, and you went down there anyway. And look at you. Oh my God, almost shot your dumb man. You think this is a game? This ain't no game, man. You gotta get your stuff together. I had to, Dad. My friend Phil was down there. You always tell me that you can't leave your men behind. That you should never hide from trouble. That makes life count. It's the risk you take in your friends, and I got friends. Now, you were not me, cuz. No, I'm not you. Because I would have never let my friends die. Now, right in this moment, Will realized he fucked up. Because he got slapped in the mouth by his big-ass dad. Now, obviously, Will is upset about this because, bro, why did you slap me like that? You a grown-ass man. And obviously, Will's dad is upset about it. but he lost it. I mean, he just lost his partner, just found out about some weird primordial being that's eating people and children. And he's in a hectic moment with his wife. You know who else is in a hectic moment? The entire town, as Hank has wanted posters. Bro, they are mad about this guy, bro. Literally. I'm talking pitchforks, a whole mob of people. They do not rock with him. Now, the problem at hand here is that the kids are together again, obviously, but Ronnie's dad is wanted, and Lily wants to go back in the sewer. There's a chance that Phil's alive. We have to go get him. He can set your dad free. Bro, Lily, shut your dumb ass up. But why in the heck would we go in the sewers, almost die, and then go back to the sewers? Doesn't make any sense. So Ronnie started snapping on her, talking about they should have never let her out of Juniper Hill. And at this moment, I was like, oh, snap. Me personally, I'm not letting her talk to me like that. But you know, Lily kind of soft, so she let her talk to her like that. But that's besides the point. Anyways, my man Halloran's free. Let's go see what he's doing. Okay, he goes back to the base. They cleaning up. Hey, man, what's good, Halloran? How you doing, bro? Hey, man, I messed up, man. I need some liquor. Are you looking for this right here? And I got you, cuz. You need this? And more than you know, bro. Are you good, Mud? What, this motherfucker think you Rakai or something? Now, while Halloran is having a midlife crisis and seeing dead people, like the guy from The Sixth Sense, they thought it was a good idea, and by they, I mean Charlotte and the white woman, to bring Ronnie's dad to this base. What the fuck is you doing? Now, obviously, Halloran wants no part of this because, I mean, why would he? He's already going through enough. And now they want him to be okay with harboring a fugitive. My God, bro. He's seeing dead people. He's going to end up seeing himself very soon. I'm just saying. Oh, look at Rich and Marge having the little moment together. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my God, her eye is gross. What the fuck is ew? Oh my God, what the f is that? It's awful, isn't it? No, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen, actually. I can't believe that she healed that fast. Like, they're in the 60s. Like, I feel like that thing would have turned septic or something. Like, I don't know, man. She should definitely be blessed that she didn't die from that. I'm just being honest. Now, my man Halloran is going through it. He's in his room, getting drunk. Feels like he wants to smoke himself because he keeps seeing dead people. And Leroy isn't making it any better, going to have a conversation with him. Bro, he's not trying to hear that. I mean, he does explain to him about the box and how it's open now and how he can see all these dead people, but he also is explaining to him that he wants him to get the hell out of his room by yelling at him. Don't try to hit him with, I'm your commanding officer, don't da-da-da. Man, I don't give a fuck. Get out. Yo, calm down, Shao Kahn. Bro talking like he the ruler of Outworld, I'm just saying. Now, in the lunchroom, the patty cakes decide to come up to Marge and to have a conversation with her about why she's sitting with Rich's weird ass. And I'm gonna be honest, in this moment, I seen camaraderie because she gave her a cool eye patch and now she kind of looks like a member of One Piece. If you know, you know. But she stands up for Rich in this moment and tells Patty that she is a weirdo while parading her weird pussy eye at her. Kinda gross. But I digress. I had a lot of respect for Marge in this moment. I used to hate her, but now I like her. I'm rocking with Shorty. But let's move on to Lily popping up at the Shorty's crib from Juniper Hill and realizing in this moment that her dad is Pennywise. Oh my God. She had all these pictures of Pennywise up there and I'm like, oh my God, oh, how is that even possible? And we find out that her dad's name is Bob Gray. And he was actually a clown that Pennywise ate and became, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because what the fuck and how the did he look like this dude Pennywise? But then we find out that Pennywise just looked like him. He needed a good way to lure children in, so he decided to become a clown, which makes perfect sense and kind of like also not perfect sense because I'm gonna be honest, I was a kid once and I hated clowns. I still do. Anyways, the kids done popped up on Ronnie's and are trying to still convince her to go find Phil. I don't understand why they're even doing this. Like, what are we talking about right now? Now, obviously, Ronnie doesn't want to go because she just found her dad. Why the would I go back down there after I found my father? And obviously her dad's not gonna let her go either. I'm not going there, and my dad's not gonna let me anyway. No, you right. I ain't letting you go down there. But this kid's obviously just worried about you, honey. You know what I mean? Hey, let me ask you a couple questions, all right? What's your favorite movie, man? Pootie Tang? Pootie Tang? What? Okay, what's your second favorite movie? Friday After Next. You like the third Friday the best? All right, you know what? But I ain't gonna lie, this kid might not be good for you, Ronnie. And you know what else isn't good for Ronnie? The racist white guys coming together to form a coalition. Motherfuckers done turned into the Ku Klux Klan of Derry. And they decided that they're gonna infiltrate and try to get Hank back themselves. This is a big problem, by the way, like a very huge problem. Now, obviously, everyone's having a swell old time, dancing, singing. My man Rich even playing the drums right now. This is awesome. Can't wait to see what happens when all these racist white guys show up. Even the crazy bitch from Juniper Hills putting her clown outfit on. By the way, we find out that picture they took at the cemetery, yeah, that was her wearing that weird ass outfit. That's why that's the only picture that had something tangible in it. Crazy. Oh my God, why are these cars pulling up? Were you expecting someone? No, I don't think so. Everybody black in the city here. Man, what's wrong with y'all, man? Oh, shit. Oh, this got a mask on. What do you think? You from the Strangers? Motherfucker think you from Sinister? Like, oh, no. And now we're on to episode 7. The origin story of Bob Gray. 1908. And all of these kids are standing around watching as this guy is so ugly, bro. God damn, he ugly. I mean, Pennywise is ugly, so now I understand, but God, it's kind of funny though. This guy, this Bob Gray guy, like he's built a little different than Pennywise. Like he's still tall, but he's kind of slim. Like he's more slim. I don't know if they made Pennywise have more like girth. Yo, girth is crazy, by the way. Hey, yo, bro, this dude's act is depressing. Is he dancing with a clown outfit that's empty? Is this supposed to be his wife? Yo, somebody just got to get him some pussy. I ain't gonna lie. If only they had Tinder in 1908. But at least his daughter's there helping him, makes a lot of sense. But anyways, that's the whole thing, that's why he's dancing with the clown outfit that's empty. And here's the little cemetery thing. I'm assuming that his wife died. Makes a lot of sense when you put 2 and 2 together. Now we see his daughter and Bob Gray having a conversation in the back. And we realize that this motherfucker is just as ugly outside of the outfit as in it. He might be more ugly outside of it. Like, why is his head shaped like that? Now this dude is talking to her, having a conversation about how he's going to be putting her in the axe moving forward. It makes sense. He's even going to have her dressing up in the same outfit as his wife. Now in the middle of having a drink because he's depressed about his wife being gone and the fact that he gets no pussy, a little boy walks up to him from the woods and asks him to please help find his mom. Now you hear a woman screaming, and obviously this is probably some victim that Pennywise had that's screaming, or he's just messing with the guy's head. Either way, doesn't really matter. What does matter is that her dad's missing, and they found the handkerchief with a bunch of blood on it. So now Shorty knows that her dad got eaten by wolves. Wolves be eating people? I guess it makes sense, but I'm not gonna believe that wolves ate my dad. Let's go try to find them. Anyways, I digress. To the present. So these motherfuckers walk into this room, bro. And obviously, they got straps. Not gonna lie. But they're walking into a place full of military men who also have straps. So what are we talking about? So this dude Hank come out talking about, oh, well, no bloodshed. You can have me. You can take me. So all the men stop him. And they pull them Glocks out. Except for theirs are government issue. So be careful. Hey, put them down, boys. Put them down. This ain't the way to do things. He right. This ain't the way. Come on now, boys. We gonna get up out of here. We gonna be seeing y'all real soon there, boys. Real soon. Hey, hold up. Oh, shit. Oh my God, they chained us shut. Oh, fuck. We're stuck in here, man. We gotta find a way out. Wait, hold up. Hey, why they turn the lights off, cuz? Oh, no. And just like that, shit started getting physical. Oh, they shooting through the windows, throwing Molotov cocktails. Oh my God. Oh, these people might die. Now everybody in the building is dying, obviously. I can't believe that they really did this. Like I know it's the 60s, so they're obviously going to get away with it. But my God. Now obviously they have to find a way out, and they end up finding through the floorboards that were weakened earlier by the fridge leaking. Thank God for the fridge being leaking. Anyways, Halloran was about to leave everybody, but then he realized that he should probably try to find the kids at least. So he ends up talking to this indigenous woman, which opens up a can of worms for all the dead people around him to hear and know that he's there and try to talk to him. He probably shouldn't have did that, but I digress. Anyways, he ends up finding that hole and he tries to help the kids. He gets most of them, except for Marge and Rich. Pennywise is also in here, literally eating people as they're dying, which is oh my God. But you remember when I told you to hold on to the fact that he's cooked and that would be very relevant? Well, this is exactly what I meant, because they are getting flame broiled. I'm talking like a Whopper. Why did I say Whopper? I could have said any other burger. Whoppers are fucking gross, but that's besides the point. Anyways, Rich realizes that Marge is about to die and he decides to save her by putting her in the refrigerator, closing it and sitting on top of it. Marge called him a knight, and he told her that knights don't just pee in buckets at night. They also save fair maidens. Wow, Rich is such a dreamboat, man. Such an awesome, strong Chad of a guy. Saving her in this manner. Wow. Anyways, the deli guy's outside and everybody's done dipped off, but his car won't start. And oh, it's his wife. Wow. Man, what the hell is you doing, bitch? Why don't you at the house making me something to eat? We're out here playing in a clown uniform. Now, obviously, after everyone gets out of there, or by everyone, I mean 23 people died. My God, 23? putting up Wilt Chamberlain first 5 minutes of a game numbers. It's the same as Wilt Chamberlain because we didn't see him put those numbers up and we didn't see Pennywise kill those people. So it's kind of the same thing. Anyways, this crazy bitch from Juniper Hill done pulled up in her outfit and yo, her husband's car just broke down. Well, I know he mad. All his friends left him. Oh my God, she murdered this nigga. Oh my God, he about to beat her ass.
Why the fuck you ain't at the crib making me food, guy?
You don't even need any food. Look at you. You look like you got a lean gut. You and Lil Pump have the same stomach. And right before Shorty almost got struck, Pennywise struck first. Smoked his dumbass, ate his brains, and then hugged her and told her he's about to hibernate, which would have been okay except for the fact that she realizes in this moment that this is not her dad. What did you do with my dad?
Oh, I ate him. Oh, he tasted so good, too. Oh, Pennywise loves to eat people. Do you want to get eaten next?
Oh my God. Oh no.
Come to Papa.
And right then he shows her the deadlights. Oh my God. Smoked her dumbass. What happens when they get shown the deadlights? Does he absorb their soul? Like I'm confused. Anyways, that doesn't matter. It's the next day and the firemen show up. They done pulled Marge out. Rich is dead, obviously. It's kind of fucked up, but it is what it is. Now Charlotte done showed up and they find Hank in the woods.
We gotta get him out of here.
Now Halloran is obviously tripping because, I mean, the motherfucker can see dead people. They're literally surrounding him right now, talking to him, telling him,
you gotta get back. You gotta spin back for us. Spin back for us. Spin back for us.
Now he explains to the major and the general that he can find one of these pillars, that this indigenous woman can lead him straight to it. And that's what they're gonna do. So they do, and they get one of the artifacts. This is bad. And I'll explain to you why it's bad. Right after we watch Ronnie and Marge tell Lily that Rich is dead. Rich died. Oh my God, no! All right, moving on. Now these assholes take this artifact and they do exactly the opposite of what they said they were going to do. They said they were going to take it and they were going to pin him in, keep him close, make sure that he can't get away. But what they're really going to do is try to take it and unleash Pennywise on the world, because it'll keep the world safe. Fear is what the general feels like is going to keep the world safe from, you know, crime and harm. No. Now the major is not trying to hear this shit. So he pops up, pulls the gun on everybody and tells them to release that artifact. Oh, nah, this is not playing with them, cuz. But obviously they pulled the gun back on him. Hit him with the reverse Uno. We're in trouble though, because this man Pennywise was in a big pool of blood and body parts and all types of shit. Just resting, hibernating. But as soon as this artifact got destroyed, he wakes up and realizes that he's free. Now Will's at the house and pick up the phone. Hey, pick the phone up, cuz. Hello? Hey, nothing's okay. It's my dad and everything's just wrong right now. Can't get over the fact that Rich is gone. He died like that. He must have suffocated. Lungs bursting like popcorn. Makes my mouth water. I can smell his stinky little. You shut up, Bucky. You're not scaring me. Speak up. I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
And just like that, he put Will in the deadlights. Oh my God. And that's the end of episode 7.
And now, on to the finale.
Dun, 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 dun. Yo, wait a minute. Whoa. Is that The Mist? I knew that they were going to work The Mist until Welcome to Derry because of Stephen King, but I did not know that The Mist actually hit Derry. Oh, nah. Okay, I'm not going to lie. You know that this is about to be some bullshit for multiple reasons, but mainly because the artifact is gone. And now he can pretty much do whatever he wants. Hello? Hello, is this thing on? Kids, upperclassmen, you are dismissed. But everyone else, please go to the assembly for an impromptu assembly. What do we have to go to the assembly for? What is going on? And it's kind of misty outside. You think they're smoking za? Hello, kids. Okay, we'll gather around for Pennywise, the dancing clown. Wait, Pennywise? The dancing clown? Yep, that's it. 5 minutes into the episode. And here we go. Pennywise is hitting 30 children with the deadlights. Pennywise, please, sir, relax. Is what I would like to tell you he would do, but I would be lying. Pennywise has collected all of these children and is traveling with them to get out of town. You see, what Pennywise has to do is get to the very furthest point away from the artifacts, which is across a big river, past a deadwood tree. And I know that you guys are like, oh, it's not gonna take that long. But you have to remember, this is 1962 and he's in a carriage right now. Wait a minute though. How was the carriage moving? Does he have a horse? So many questions, so little time. Now the kids are together at the secret hideout spot, and they're realizing that this mist is taking over the town. But also, where the hell is Will at? Now obviously he is affecting the entire town, and they realize at this moment, after seeing the principal's head missing, that all of their friends are missing. And by missing, I mean Pennywise has them in a giant ass line behind the carriage. What a sick bastard. Guys, Pennywise. Oh my God, look, it's Whale on a missing poster. Oh my God. And I want to kill that fucking clown. Oh, I'm gonna do it to him. Oh my God, why are we all trying to ride on this one bike? Marge, you're too fucking fat. I told you to stop eating burgers every day. Oh my God, whatever guys. Wait a minute. Is that a milk truck? The milk truck gave me PTSD because my dad left for the milk when I was a child and he never returned. Now Leroy's back at home and he's trying to call and find out what's going on with his son. But guess who greets him? Pennywise, the dancing clown. Hello? Oh, if it isn't the man that isn't afraid of anything, what scares a man like you? Is it the fact that I have your son with me? Man, don't you touch my son, cuz. Dad, please help me. Man, I'm right here, son. I swear to God, I'm gonna do that to this clown when I see him, cuz. I'm hitting him with all types of shit. 5.56s, AR-15s. I'm hitting him with FN bullets, man. I'm hitting him with everything, cuz. I swear to God. He'll think his ass got hit with a score streak, cuz. So Leroy at this point is trying to figure out what he needs to do, but he needs somebody to help him. So he goes to Dick Halloran. Yo, this man's name is Dick Halloran. Hey, yo! Grown-ass man, by the way. Anyways, Leroy's explaining to Halloran that he needs him to help. You gotta come with me so we can figure out what to do about my son and his friends and everybody else that's been affected by this. Cause it ain't no way in the world that we letting this lame-ass clown get away with this. So they hop in the Jeep and they end up popping over to Rose's farm. Man, Halloran talking about it's cold, Lee. It's cold. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Now they pop up and obviously Charlotte is very upset. Smacking him, hitting him. I hate seeing a baddie sad like this. That man Leroy better treat his wife better, because if not, somebody else going to. You feel me? What are we supposed to do? Man, look, man. A mother's connection to his son is strongest, okay? So all we gotta do is, it's not gonna help. What you mean it's not gonna help? Exactly what I said. You have to get a last artifact to the Great Pine. That's where we used to grow the Zai when we were growing up. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, why do you sound like Mickey Mouse right now? You know what, cuz? I don't got time to argue, man. How are we supposed to help my son? Okay, so we're gonna give Halloran some psychedelics called maturing root. Wait, we talking about the giant turtle? Look, this is gonna connect you to all things to the realm, and then you're gonna be able to help us finding the dagger. And that's exactly what Halloran does. He takes the psychedelics and then, oh my God, he got high after like 3 seconds. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever you do no. Bro seen the dagger immediately, that it was with Lily, Ronnie, and Marge, and that they're fighting over it because the dagger has very strong powers. It's kind of like the ring from Lord of the Rings, you know? The dagger got Lily acting like Smeagol right now, no cap. My precious. Oh my God, where's the dagger at? Look at her, she fiending. She bleeding from her eyebrow and still trying to ask about this dagger. She don't even want Ronnie or Marge to touch it. Anyways, they decided at this point that there's no need in arguing about this dagger and that they gotta keep going. But Halloran tells them that Lily and the girls, they have it. And they're on their way to find Will. At least somebody's on their way to find him. Jesus. Now they hop in Rose's van and they end up dipping off. This guy they're driving, her nephew, something bad's gonna happen to him, by the way. Just wanted to warn you about that. Now basically, the dagger just wants to go home. That's where it originated from. So it's trying to get the kids to take it there. The problem is, it's from some primordial place called the Macroverse. God, it's very convoluted, but basically Maturin, Pennywise, and there's 10 other things that are a part of these guardians, and they are in the Macroverse. They're like these godlike primordial aliens. Basically, they shape the world. It just so happens that Maturin and Pennywise are the exact opposites, like yin and yang. Now the girls are fighting over this dagger right now because it's got a very strong force over him, one that is interrupting her mind. Ronnie had to literally slam her to snap her out of it. But Lily was talking heavy, by the way. This is all your fault, and you're stupid, Dad, and he's black, and I hate black people, y'all are apes. I mean, it's not what she really said, but it's basically what she said, you know. Now they're in the van and they realize that Pennywise is on the way. The kids find out and the adults find out at the same time. Except for it's really sad for the adults because they realize that they're not going to be able to catch up to him by the time he gets to the dead wood. So they think that maybe Halloran can get in his mind like he did before when they were in the big ass helicopter, airship, spaceship, whatever, bro. They were in the fucking air, I don't know. So they go and they find Will and they're trying to grab him, but here comes Pennywise, draped in blood, bro. Why does his mouth look like that? Who gave this dude a horn, bro? He played too much. Anyways, he tries to run up on him, but they have the dagger that is keeping him at bay. The problem is, though, it's only going to protect the person holding it. The other two people are vulnerable, unless, you know, they're obviously very close and connected, but they didn't think about that. And guess who ends up getting grabbed up? Marge! Oh my God, and her glasses fell. Someone needs to take her back to Lens Crafter.
Oh, I've always wondered how you taste, Margaret Tozier.
Tozier? Oh, not yet. Not Tozier yet. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Richie and the baby carriage. Unless he dies with you.
Your son. Don't you recognize your little boy?
And then we realize in this moment that Pennywise is a primordial being who is all-knowing, omnipotent. And he knows that the Losers Club are going to be the ones to stop him. That Richie and his friends end up killing him one day. So he's trying to stop them in this timeline. This is how we find out the basically plot point of knowing what these shows are going to be about. He's trying to stop Marge and her friends here to stop the Losers Club from being a thing in the future. And it's not going to work, obviously, because of plot convenience and the fact that we know that there's a part 2. So he's going to try again, but in 1940, and then again in 1906. That's basically how these shows are going to go. It's really cool for a lot of reasons because it creates a dynamic in which it feels new even though it's old. Like, we know that he's going to get stopped by the Losers Club. However, this opens up a whole realm of possibility because in one of these timelines, what if he doesn't fail? What if he succeeds at stopping them? Does that mean the Losers Club never stopped him in the beginning? This could lead to a whole new Pennywise movie, one of which there's an alternate reality where he stops the Losers Club from existing and he's still alive after 1989. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but definitely possible. Anyways, Halloran has succeeded in getting in Pennywise's brain, which has stopped him from eating Marge, at least for the time being. The problem is, though, as soon as they almost got to the Deadwood, here comes the general and his men shooting them. You remember when I told you Rose's nephew, something bad was going to happen to him? Well, here it is. He dies. Got shot in a major artery in his neck. He is no longer with us. This man Pennywise woke up in the carriage as Bob Gray, getting talked to heavy by the band of the circus.
Hey, what's up with you, Bob? We found you outside, man, all beat up. I'm not Bob. I am a god in these worlds.
Smack him, smack him. Oh my God, why did he smack him like this? Violated him. The problem is, though, the soldiers have stopped everyone, including Leroy, Halloran, and the rest of the gang. Now, the problem is, since this all happened, then we've obviously seen it happen. We see the truth, and so does Pennywise. Halloran's grasp when his brain has become weakened, and he's seen a black hand. He then kicks Halloran outside of the carriage and wakes up to the general, telling him that, oh, you're free to go. Everything's okay. We're gonna undo everything that they did. You're gonna be able to roam the world. What a bitch. Because of this, Pennywise almost leaves until he smells exactly who it is, the general. And you know, Pennywise doesn't like to let any of his kills go. So as soon as he realized who it is, he tried to eat his ass. And by try, I mean he literally ate him. He ate his head off. Now at this point, Pennywise is free, and the kids are trying their hardest to get the dagger to the Deadwood tree, or the Great Pine. Why do I keep saying Deadwood? Is that what it's called? I feel like I'm tripping right now. But anyways, that doesn't matter. What does matter is, after getting a pep talk from his father about not having to be Leroy, but being himself, he has decided to lead him and the kids put and bury this dagger away. The problem is, though, Pennywise is literally running towards him like nothing happened. But you remember what I told you earlier. Leroy said he was going to hit him with them 5.56s, and that's what happened. Bro, he shot this dude's head off. Right after this, he got hit with the deadlights, though, like nothing happened. But still, he hit him with a Modern Warfare 2 gun. Straight smoked his ass. Now the kids are back at the tree, but they're having a very hard time getting the dagger to be buried. It's like the dagger doesn't want to be buried, you know? It wants to go home. And then they hear this flute playing, and it's Rose's ancestor. Now at this point, I'm thinking to myself, what could she possibly do to help them? And then it happens. The goat! Richie Rich. Oh yeah, you know what time it is. My man Rich is in the building, cuz. And he goes to help the kids, and they finally bury the dagger, which then makes Pennywise freak the fuck out and explode into his true form, which is the lights, and go back to where he belongs. At least for 27 years. He's gonna be back. Trust and believe that. But at least for now, they can have a moment to breathe. I felt him too. I felt him too. My bad. Lily just said that after they realized that Rich was helping them. Sad, but also funny. Now everybody's having a swell time. Except for Rose, because her nephew got shot in a major artery, but that's besides the point. Everyone else is doing okay. Now they go to Ricardo, aka Rich, aka the Goat's funeral, and Marge gives a heartfelt speech about what it means to be friends. There are no bad friends or good friends, only friends. Which is bullshit because there are bad friends, I'm just saying. Like literally. I guess you could make the argument that bad friends aren't really your friends, but I would say that they probably were your friend at some point. And if they were your friend at some point, they are your friends. They're just not good at it. Look at Rich being at his own funeral. It's kind of heartwarming, but also very depressing at the same time. Seeing all the kids cry is not helping. If I told you I didn't shed a tear during this moment, I'd be lying. I was watching this with my friends on Discord, and I had to mute myself. You cry on Discord one time, and the next thing you know, it's the Chili's theme song. This It's a baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Chili's baby back, bitch. You know, seeing all of this and realizing that Marge is Richie's mom, it makes sense why she kept telling him not to go mess with those kids. Oh, look at Marge walking back, seeing Rich's airplane in the tree. Even Lily went to go talk to her dead dad. Tells her dad how she's not a failure. Now she made some good friends, some new friends. Wow, what a swell conversation. Now in this moment, Marge talks to Lily about Pennywise being omnipotent and how basically he knows the past, present, and future, that his death was his birth. Kind of crazy, because I wonder if when they killed Pennywise in the present, if this other Pennywise from a different timeline was born, I guess it makes sense, because if he's primordial and he knows everything, like if he's an omnipotent being and him dying made himself from the past realize that he dies in the future, then that Pennywise would technically be different because he would have a different mindset. So it's technically not the same Pennywise, yet a different one. Makes perfect sense when you think about it like that. Now Halloran comes in and tells Leroy that he's going to the hotel, this Overlook Hotel, you know, The Shining. He's from The Shining. I didn't know if you guys realized that. Rose decided to sell the farm and move on. Will and Ronnie kissed and they leave Derry. And you know the crazy lady at the end, she somehow survived the deadlights, the one from Juniper Hill, and she's old and she hears someone screaming. So she goes to go see what it is, and a woman hung herself, and it's Beverly's mom. Yes, Miss Kirsch. She is the lady from the part 2 of the 2017 movie. Remember when Beverly went in there and the old lady was scaring her, and then you seen Bob Gray's pictures everywhere, and Bob Gray was there, but it was Pennywise, but it was Bob Gray. Oh my God, it just blew my mind. Anyways, that is the finale of Welcome to Derry Part 1. My God.